The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series rolling through Chicagoland this weekend. Jimmie Johnson having no problems in the early going. He's led every lap, 27 of 267 complete here this evening. Let's take an inside look at what's happening now in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, brought to you by Sprint and Evo 4G, America's first 4G phone. Biggest mover tonight, Regan Smith, up 10 positions from where he started. And Tony Stewart recorded the top speed, more than 177 miles per hour. For more NASCAR stats and live in-car audio, check out NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile and the new Evo, only from Sprint, at sprint.com/speed.
Just watching some of these guys, I think, you know, the guys that have hit it right are probably pretty happy, but I think there's some guys that have not hit it right and would like to see that yellow come out so they can get in and adjust, because, again, what we talked about early, it's a crapshoot on setups, and some of these guys look like they're slipping back pretty hard.
Jeff Gordon's lost a couple of positions, 6th to 8th, Marty.
Yeah, and they thought this would be the best part of the run for them. When I talked to Steve Letarte this morning, he said the biggest problem with our setup, it's a little slow to start off with, but from the middle of the run on, we're one of the faster cars. I think they're a little bit surprised by this. Gordon said his biggest problem, entry. The car is loose, just can't get back to the gas like he would like.
Not been a fun time in recent weeks for Martin Truex Jr. He started 8th here tonight, has worked his way to 6th, and overall the Michael Waltrip camp has been impressive tonight. Right in front of him, his teammate David Rudiman.
And you know what the problem with some of this is, Kyle, is that if you've got a good car hooked up like Jimmie Johnson, he's already lapping guys. And you got guys like Kurt Busch and Kenseth and Kyle Busch are back there. They want a caution.
And that's what we said in the opening was, if you qualified bad, this run can be a long green flag run. And if somebody checks out like Jimmy is, you get down early.
We gave you the numbers on Truex. Let's get his story with Ralph Shaheen.
Adam, they just said over the radio 20 more laps before they're ready to pit if this thing stays green. And that's exactly what Larry McReynolds was talking about earlier today when he gave his keys to the race and the countdown to green in the pre-race. He said this thing tends to stay green long, and Martin told me earlier this afternoon the better this car gets, the longer this race goes green. It's just a tick tight right now, but he's very happy with it. If this thing stays green for a long run at the end of the race, watch out. Martin Truex could have a fast race car.
20th, 21st, and 22nd on track right here. Kevin Harvick leading that parade. Yeah, he's doing what he always does, slowly working to the front, Wally.
But I think these guys are the guys that are kind of in trouble, and they're searching right now for whatever grip they can get, because not in their mirror, not too far behind him is Jimmie Johnson. He's coming, so these guys are all over. Harvick has changed his line, you know, 2 or 3 times in the last 5 laps.
The leaders in lap traffic, McMurray, the middle car, going around Travis Kvapil. Kvapil a lap down, and right behind him, Greg Biffle trying to gain that position. He's in 4th right now.
You can pick up the throttle just gently and just kind of pull a little bit and then go to it hard. You know, and look how much he gained, or look how much he pulled on the 16 right there, because the 16 was up under the car of Travis Kvapil. The 56 car, we just talked about Truex. The 56 car and the 24 have basically changed positions on the racetrack. One's gone from 8th to 6th. The other one's gone from 6th to 8th. But the Truex car is working. He rolls in the corner. You see him right up next to the wall. He's running as higher than anybody. Already using the white. Picks up the throttle quick and running down his teammate David Rudiman right now. Now the problem is when your car works up there and that racetrack gets old, it's hard to keep it working up there. Yeah. As long as there's grip and there's a little bit of white up there early on. But I think we heard Tony, a couple of guys in the pre-race, I'm not sure who it was, say they're going to be all the way up next to the wall. And when they get all the way up there, now you got to make your car work a little bit better.
David Rudiman able to pick off Greg Biffle. The 00 now in the 4th position, but Biffle comes right back on the inside using Max Pappas, the lap car, as a pick. And the positions reverse once again.
I think his 00 had a better run getting off of that corner because he had the high line. And Biffle's got to almost get a car length and a half in front of him on the exit of 2 in order to slide up. And it looks like those guys on the top have got the momentum. He's going to lose a couple spots right there. The Truex car looks like it's pretty good. It looks like it's getting better.
So David Rudeman now has put himself in the 4th position. Truex right behind him. Jimmy Johnson continues to work lap traffic. He leads 37 laps in at Chicago. Caution out at Chicago, and the leaders are on pit road. To Phil Parsons.
David Rudeman comes in the pits running 4th. They're going to take a pound out of the right front. His car is just a little bit too tight through the center, Ralph.
The 56, Martin Truex a little tight. 4 tires and fuel and an air pressure adjustment, Marty.
Jeff Gordon, bottom of your screen, says the front end turns on a dime, but the back end way loose down 2 rounds on the track bar, Matt.
Leader Jimmy Johnson, the track really changed over that run. Chassis adjustment, the car was snug in the center, and it started to get more and more free on exit.
Wally said these drivers wanted a caution to get to pit road. They were able to get it. Jimmy Johnson holds serve. And how about Martin Truex Jr. jumping 3 positions on pit road? Impressive work for his race team. First caution of the night, David Strimmy hit the wall. More from Chicago next.